Hey, fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you. And yeah, I'm sure you can tell by this lovely weather here exactly what season it is. It's got to be winter, right? I mean, it's snowing. But no, it's May the 10th. That's right, May 10th. And it is snowing. Now, granted, not a heavy snow, but still a little bit of accumulation on the hood and, you know, the mirrors and stuff. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. Like, JJ, come on. Of course it's going to be snowing, you know, where you're at, way up there in North Dakota. Nope. Try again. Montana? Nope. Wisconsin? No. Alaska? You would think. But no. I'm in Nevada. Now, granted, northern Nevada, not exactly in Vegas. I'm in northern Nevada, right along the 80 in Wells, Nevada right now. Sitting here at the Flying J, right there. Oh, fuel prices. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. $5.69 cash price. Now, granted, that's not what I pay. I pay a bit less because of the Landstar discount. Thank goodness. But still, it's not that much less. Yeah. I'm in northern Nevada, Wells, Nevada. And sure enough, snowing on May the 10th. Unbelievable. All right, well, we are heading further north, up through Boise and all the way down toward the Portland area. So I'm going to be going down Cabbage Hill. So yeah, I'm right next to I-80. That's it right there. But I actually came up through Vegas because my pickup was in where was my pickup at? Near Flagstaff area, Arizona. No, that's where I started out. I don't even know what's going on. Started out in Flagstaff, picked up in Vegas, and so I took the 93 all the way up here. So I finally get to an interstate and I have to pass right on by it. Gonna keep going north all the way up to Boise. So I'll pause it here and pick you guys up back on a scenic portion of the drive, or maybe even going down Cabbage Hill. It shouldn't be snowing. This is a local early morning snow. That's gonna clear up even here. It'll clear up and there's no snow where I'm going, supposedly. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, hang tight and let's see where I pick you up. And we're back. That's right, we are back, and as promised, we're in Oregon now, and we're only a few minutes away from going down Cabbage Hill. I know I've over the years brought you up and down Cabbage Hill, but you know what? Let's see here, right lane closed. Traffic merge left. It's in 1 mile. All right. Yep, there's nobody over there on the other lane, so let's go ahead and merge on over. So yeah, I've taken you up and down this hill. It's actually one of my favorite hills. You know, my favorite passes to go up and down in good weather. I have to clarify that, in good weather. Now, in bad weather, it's one of my least favorites. But I've only gone down it once in bad weather. Never gone up it in bad weather. I've gone down in bad weather, and it was raining, like heavy rain, and it was cold. So yeah, that was it. But all the drivers, we were all taking our time. We all had our four-ways on, and just taking our sweet old time getting down that hill at, like, you know, 25 miles an hour, and it all worked out. So all right, so while we wait for this hill and this beautiful scenery that I imagine we're going to get, because look at the day, look at the sky. Man, can you imagine the view we're going to get? I can't wait. I got to pass Dead Man Pass first. So anyways, what's been going on? All right, so last I left you, I was heading into Pennsylvania. Made that delivery, no issues at all. Picked up another load, a good load. coming from north of, so the delivery I made was south of Pittsburgh. This pickup was north of Pittsburgh, kind of in a small little town, and ended up delivering all the way to Flagstaff. And I'm like, okay, well, Flagstaff, let's do a quick look here at the loads. And yeah, quickly, I looked, and it was after hours, and I looked, and okay, there were loads going from the Phoenix area, which is not too far from Flagstaff, even going into California. And I need to get to California, SoCal. I want to say hi to Grandma and everything. And for everybody who keeps asking how she is, thank you very much. She's doing fine. Everything's good. No changes. Everything's A-okay. All right, let's slow on down here for this construction zone. So yeah, I want to get back out there and see her, but there's no time rush on it or anything like that. But there were loads going out there. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed that load, heading out to Flagstaff. And then I went to check on these loads going out to Cali, and they were gone. Just boom, gone. I'm like, all right, well, that's a bummer. So let's see what's going on with this weigh station here. There's no sign saying it's open. No indicator. Let's see, Prime's heading in. I don't know if you can see that. Nobody else is heading in. I don't see anybody in there. We got the construction. I'm going to say it's closed. Fingers crossed, everybody. Yeah, Prime's just doing a flyby. Let's go ahead and get on over. Yep, there's nobody in there. Yep, Prime's just doing a drive on through. He's probably going, oh man, he didn't want to take that chance. I don't blame him. That's all right. So anyway, where was I? So yeah, all those loads were gone. But I'm like, all right, well, got a couple days until Friday. Let's just leave that load alert going, for loads going to Cali. Well, nothing. So Friday, all day, I'm starting to look at loads, and now there's nothing going anywhere. No good loads going anywhere. And when I do say nothing, okay, a caveat on that, when I say nothing, I mean nothing that I want to take. Meaning it either pays really, really bad, because I'll take some low-ish paying loads if needed, like especially going to SoCal, or if I need to get to a destination. But for the most part, no, I'm not going to take dirt cheap loads at all. No. Let's see. No, I don't do overnights. I don't do hazmat. I don't do dropping hooks. And there just was, nothing. Nothing at all that I could really take. And I even went and looked at not only direct loads but indirect loads, which I don't like taking those, but I mean I will, I will if needed. I just wasn't finding anything. I'm like, man, all right. So then I got the whole weekend. All the agents, they're generally gone on the weekends. No new loads are popping up on the weekends. Get around this guy here. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm only 9 hours away from SoCal anyway. If needed, I'll deadhead, but I really don't want to because I don't need to. I really don't. So I really didn't want to do that. But let's figure it all out. We'll check it on Monday morning. Oh, the delivery, by the way, was on Sunday. Made the delivery, no problem. And this was a place where it's normally drop and hook, but they'll do live unloads if you ask them to. And that was prearranged. So I get there. All right, look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Down Cabbage Hill, everybody. Jake brakes are on. So as you're enjoying the view, I will finish the story. So I get there. I'm getting ready to do the live unload, but as I pull in, I'm like, wow, there are some new trailers here. Some pretty new-looking, good-looking trailers. We'll take a look around. Now, the trailer I had was only about 1.5 years, 2 years old. It was a Hyundai, which, nothing against Hyundais. It was the first time I'd had a Hyundai trailer. It was all right. It had skirts on it, but no tails, and I didn't feel I was getting great fuel mileage out of it. But it had, pretty new tires on it. Everything looked good. I had it recently inspected. And I'd had that trailer since before I went to Key West. So I'd had that trailer since February. and it treated me right. But these other trailers were newer. One of them was so new, it still had the sticker on it from Vanguard. It was a Vanguard trailer. It still had the sticker on it saying this trailer has not been, or if this sticker is on here, this trailer has not been released to Landstar yet. Call trailer maintenance. Well, obviously it was already at a shipper, or a receiver, so somebody had just forgotten to take the sticker off. But it was like brand new, like manufactured this year. Oh, look at this view coming up here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that is just gorgeous. Love this. So anyways, yeah. So there was that one, and then 3 others that were manufactured in 21, but newer than my trailer. And so I checked with with the receiver, and they said, oh yeah, as long as it's not already assigned to another load, yeah, we can do a drop and hook, no problem. So the brand new trailer was already assigned, and the next newest trailer already assigned, but the one after that was not. I'm like, okay, and it's a Vanguard. I'm like, okay, and it looked beautiful, just beautiful, like hardly used at all, clean on the inside, clean on the outside. For the most part, they look the same as the Hyundais, except the skirts are flush with the side of the trailer, as opposed to the Hyundais, where the skirts are a little more underneath the trailer. I don't know if that really makes any difference or not. We'll find out. This one also does not have any tails. None of them had tails. I think they've kind of given up on that whole thing. I remember those big old tails from Prime, those big old white fold-out ones. Yeah, you don't see those on new trucks anymore. You see every year the tails get smaller and smaller and smaller. And now I think they've just kind of given up on those. I think there's too much damage on them backing into the docks. That's my guess. I don't know that for a fact. But anyways, this one also had good new tires on it and everything. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll try it out. It's about 6 months newer than the 6 to 8 months, I think it was, newer than the one I had, than the Hyundai. So yeah, swapped it out. Now I got a new trailer. So we will see. And so far so good, but haven't been able to put it to the test, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So anyways, Monday rolls along, Monday morning, and first thing in the morning, I'm looking for loads, looking, just not finding anything. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna deadhead to SoCal. Might as well. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting everything ready. I did my walk around on the truck. I get back in the truck, and there's a load alert. Okay. Picks up in Vegas. That's a bit of deadhead. Delivers to the Portland, Oregon area. And pays well. I'm like, okay, well, this is a last minute thing. Oh, yeah, and it picks up in picks up that same day, Monday. I'm like, all right, well, let's call on this. Call on it. It's direct shipper. Yep, it's available. I'm like, it's mine. Don't give it to nobody else. It's mine. They're like, all right, no problem. It's yours. So, man, I hope you guys are enjoying this view as much as I am. Woo. So anyways, yeah, I run to Vegas, pick that up. Now I get there, and they're like, oh, they sent us a full-size 53-footer, huh? I'm like, yeah, why? And they're like, well, we got a pallet and a half for you. I'm like, what? A pallet and a half? They're like, yep, just a pallet and a half. And they said, and yesterday we had the same situation, 6 pallets going to the same location. They sent a full truck. I don't know why they didn't put this extra pallet and a half on, on that truck with 6 pallets. I don't know what the deal is, but oh well. Oh well, they're paying well for it. I'm not going to mention the company it's going to, but let's just say it's a company that can afford the extra shipping costs, with no problem. So anyways, yeah, that's the load I'm on. So a lightweight load. So I've done some deadhead with this new trailer. I'm on this lightweight load, and so far I'm just shy of 9.5 mpg doing all this. So yeah, not really much of a test. with a pallet and a half, and it's not even really a full pallet and a half. It's like a half pallet and then a few boxes on a second pallet. So anyway, I'm not complaining. It's been great on the fuel mileage. I needed that, especially now with fuel prices the way they are. So anyways, that's what's going on for there. Now, on to the next issue, and that is, let me get back up to speed here, now that we are down at the bottom of the hill. And we're coming up to the truck stop that I've been stuck at the most over here, the Arrowhead Travel Plaza, because this hill and the city behind it, the Blue Mountain Summit, La Grande, always gets shut down. I've been shut down a few times on this road being shut down. So I'm like, all right, well, park it here at the Arrowhead Travel Plaza. So anyways, I'm out here heading out to Portland area, and I'm taking the load. And I'm like, okay, Portland, big city, no problem. I should have no problem getting a load out of there. Wrong. Man, these loads have really dried up. I've been really looking at it, and the number of direct ship loads is very low. These are available direct ship loads, very, very low. The number of indirect loads still pretty high, but a lot less than they were. And those that meet my criteria, of good pay and no overnights, no hazmat, no dropping hooks, those ones are just, there's a lot less. A lot less. All right, let's get back up to speed a little bit more here. All right, so so now coming out of Portland area, I'm having a hard time finding a load. In fact, I'm making my delivery tomorrow morning, and I have yet to find a load out of there. The loads that are coming out of there either are going to Alaska or Montana. I don't know which one's worse, but if you know me at all, you know why I'm not going to Alaska. That's for sure. No, thank you. So no comments on, oh, you should check out Alaska. It's beautiful. I'm sure it is. Maybe one of these years I might do it in like August, late August or something. Maybe, but I don't know. I just don't have any desire to go up there. I really don't. And then having to go through Canada and that whole hassle. I don't need to do that. In Montana, there are a lot of loads going into Montana right now for some reason. I don't know if that's a change, if that's different, because I normally don't keep an eye on Montana. But there's a ton of loads going into Montana. You know what's coming out of Montana? Nothing at all. So you go all the way up into Montana, you're stuck there. You're deadheading out. And that's a lot of deadhead because Montana's a big city or a big state. So no. The other loads that I found that look good just aren't. Either, sorry, this load's already been booked, which is, the number one thing with indirect loads, or they're not as advertised. You call and it's completely different than what it was. I've had this one load looked good. It was coming from the Portland area, going to Southern California. It didn't pay well, okay, because of the weekend. Now, I would have been getting there to the shipper or to the receiver Friday evening, but of course they're closed for the whole weekend, so it's a Monday delivery. So it made it a 6-day load, and it was only paying for 4 days. So not good, but I could have made, on the way down, I could have made my stop, seen Grandma Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, and then delivered it on Monday. So that would have worked out. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. It doesn't pay that great, but I'm going to take the weekend off, and I'll be fine. So I won't get paid the weekend. Big deal. All right. So I call on it, and the guy's like, well, yeah, I'll have to double check on it because at 10 o'clock this morning, this is at 2 in the afternoon, by the way, so 4 hours ago, they called and left me a message, something about them needing to reschedule or something. I'm not really sure, so I'll have to call and check on it. I'm like, man, you've had 4 hours to do that, bud. Come on, get with the game. But all right, call and check on it. He goes, but I do have the rest of the information. Hold on, gotta get over. He says, but I do have the rest of the information because I had already gotten that for a previous driver that was interested. And he says, so what it is it's, you know, you go to the shipper, you drop your trailer for 48 hours, and then you pick it up, and then there's 2 stops in between before you get to Southern California. I'm like, none of that is in the load description. And so now you're gonna have me working all 6 days, you know, waiting around for the trailer and all that stuff, and it's only paying, you know, $3,900. No, now it's definitely not worth it. It was already barely worth it to begin with, and you're adding 2 stops on top of that, 2 additional stops. No, absolutely not. Now this is a terrible load. So no, I'm not taking that one. You know, even if it was halfway decent, probably out of principle, and I got after him about it too. I laid into him a little bit. I didn't yell, I wasn't unprofessional, but I laid into him a little bit for wasting our time. You know, there's a lot of planning that goes into this kind of stuff, and you know, it's bad enough when they say, oh, sorry, that load's already covered, versus, oh yeah, I posted this with completely wrong information, you know, and that just irks me to no end. So anyways, that load was gone. I've been now seeing a lot of loads that don't have enough time on it. There's another load that I'm looking at that picks up, goes to Georgia, and there's absolutely not enough time on it. I mean, I would need an entire extra 10 hours, and that's with me picking up the load, running out my entire clock, running all night, late into the night, I should say, stopping for 10 hours, running 11 hours, stopping for 10 hours, running for 11 hours, and there's just, it's due a day earlier than it should be. So I called them. I'm like, is there any flexibility on that? They're like, nope, they need it on that day. I'm like, well, they're not going to get it. I'm like, well, they need a team. I'm like, well, then post it as a team load. You have it posted as a solo load, so teams aren't seeing this thing. All that's seeing it is us solo drivers, and we're not going to make it. You're going to get some, I don't want to say idiot driver, because drivers generally aren't idiots, but you're going to get a driver that's just going to look at that load real quick, go, oh, that load pays really well, and they're going to assume that the agent has already done their work and verified that it could be made in time. They're going to call, book that load, and then they're going to go, oh, I can't make this in time. And they're not going to realize it until they've got the load on their truck. So you guys are going to get, you guys are going to run into an issue. That load's not going to be on time, and the driver's going to get a service failure because y'all didn't do your work. So yeah. Anyways, let me step off of my soapbox, stop ranting, because in the end, it'll all be okay. Just like I found that last minute load coming up here, I'm sure I'll find another last minute load. And, everything will work out. Everything will be fine. It gets a little stressful when you have to spend so much time looking and looking and looking. And can you do this load? Can you do that? Will this load work? Will that load work? Okay, if I take this load to here, will I be able to get out of there, like Montana? It's a lot of work that does go into it that, at Prime, you don't have to deal with that. You got your fleet manager and sales dealing with all that. But, pluses and minuses, that's for sure. So, anyways, I know it'll all work out one way or the other, and when it does or doesn't, I will keep y'all informed and let y'all know. I think that's about it. So let's see, recap. Ran into snow, got a new trailer, or a newer trailer. Not letting this one go unless I get an even better trailer. Heading up to Oregon, or in Oregon, and now I'm going to try and get out with a halfway decent paying load. So we'll see. But yeah, bottom line, I'm definitely seeing the freight drying up a bit. Something to keep an eye out for, especially if you're a driver. In fact, if you're a driver, Landstar or other company, how are you guys doing? Are you seeing the same thing? Do you have a fleet manager, dispatcher that does the work for you, or are you picking your own loads? Let me know. Throw some comments in there. Let me know how you guys are doing and how it's going for you guys so far. All right, I will wrap it up here, guys. thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed the view. You take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.